The American Revolution. The American Revolution, also known as the American War of Independence 1776 to 1783, is the conflict between 13 colonies of the eastern seaboard of North America about their mother country, Great Britain. Though the War of Independence started as a movement of protest against British politics in the 13 colonies, it ended in widespread fighting that aimed at ending British rule and obtaining independence. Causes of the American Revolution. For more than 150 years, the colonies had been developing their own society, economic life, and some self-government. Britain refrained from interfering in colonial affairs. Starting from the 1760s, however, Britain attempted to enforce its imperial ties with the colonies. Various contended issues led to friction. After 1763, an imperial crisis, involving the colonies and Britain developed. Disagreement about the manner Britain used to handle colonial affairs was no more than the immediate reason that led to disobedience, resistance, and finally warfare. Imposed taxes, or troops stationing in North America were but the top of the iceberg. The actual motivations that culminated in the American Revolution, however, were more complex. They were deeply rooted in more than 1.5 centuries of colonial history. The colonial revolted to preserve what they called their rights and liberties, or simply to defend a political tradition of freedom and self-government they had enjoyed so far and which Britain's growing interference threatened. The economic factor was also a predominant element in the making of the American Revolution. Prospering, the colonies needed no more Britain for surviving in the wilderness. Economic opportunities were plentiful on the frontier, but Britain was restraining their westward advance. As for financial contribution for security reasons, the colonists rather preferred not to pay them. On another scale, the impact of contemporary intellectual trends on the American Revolution was also of a great importance. The Enlightenment age brought about new political ideas to which the American adhered, as exemplified by the Declaration of Independence. Displayed a firm belief in the natural rights of man and representative government, ideas that were extensively by the Enlightenment philosophers. Political and individual freedom. The settlement along the Atlantic coast grew steadily and slowly, but they progressed unquestionably. Self-government, religious freedom, education were widely developed. The colonials. The colonies developed their own political and economic institutions. They were jealous about them and therefore resented any British interference. Right from the beginning, the English settlers of the 13 colonies developed their own political institutions that were largely adapted to the conditions of early wilderness. Each colony set up its representative assembly, a model of government that gave settlers a role to play in the political life of the colony. Self-government was a common feature shared by all 13 colonies, regardless of their legal status, chartered, proprietary or royal. The relative political freedom that the colonies enjoyed was favored by their remoteness from the mother country, slow communications, and European problems that occupied Britain at home. In terms of individual rights and civil liberties, the colonials enjoyed a wide range of freedoms. In addition to traditional rights that were transmitted to them under the common law, Magna Carta, and Habeas Corpus, they developed many of their own. Religious freedom was widely spread. The implantation of colonies was largely motivated by religious reasons.